But judging the first leg, obviously which Liverpool come out 1-0 victors, Paris Saint-Germain are probably the best side that I've seen, bar Barcelona still remaining in the competition. Is that a fair assessment? Even though, I mean, have a look at what happened on Tuesday night. I know that Liverpool have gone out, but by all accounts, I've listened to a few people saying that Liverpool were much better this time around than they were the first time around.
Yeah.
Are PSG the real deal for you?
Yeah, they're the real deal. They're the real deal. I thought it was one-sided at their place. I think, I think they're the best team I've seen this season play against Liverpool. I think for 90 minutes at their place, the intensity, they didn't drop off, and Liverpool were lucky to come away with a 1-0 win. I thought the second game, of course, it's Anfield. Liverpool played better, and they could only play better. But listen, if Liverpool don't score after 120 minutes at Anfield, that kind of shows how good the team is. So they're the real deal. They are the real deal. They are a team. You know, I'm talking about from front to back. They're a team. They work hard for each other. They've got exciting players. They've got Dembele, who's banging form. So listen, I wouldn't say they're favourites now, but after that performance, they will be taken seriously. But I do think Villa will give them a tough game.
That's the key thing that you just said there. They're a team now, aren't they? PSG in the past have been a team to the point of the front three, and then the front three just stand up there and they go and do magical things.
Yeah.
But that seems to have changed. Watching them, the front three are actually working. They're the initial of the press.
Yeah.
And when they do get it, they seem to be absolutely coherent with each other.
Yeah, and listen, you do need an X factor, and at the moment, Dembele is the X factor. To be fair, if they do go further, I mean, they're top of their league. Yeah. If they go further, if they win, I think his stats, I mean, he's got to be in for the shout of the Ballon d'Or.
Well, how do Villa go up against them next time round? How do you think that shakes out?
So I think at Villa Park, I think Villa's got the energy that can match the intensity. I do. I think Villa's got as exciting players with them, you know, going throughout their team. And Asensio at the moment it looks like he's walking on water. He's flying, and he's built up a good relationship with Rashford. They've got the likes of Watkins, who does stretch them. You see at Anfield, like Liverpool had chances. Like it could have gone the way they were making last blocks. Salah could have got easily 2 goals, but they defended very well. So there's still, you know, deficiencies in this PSG side, which I think Villa can exploit. But I do think PSG are just going to have too much for them. I think we say this, I think, again, to back up, but they have been doing this all the season. From the turn of the year, I think, you know, us over here are remembering when Arsenal beat them 2-0. They're not that team anymore. They're really not. Since the turn of the year, you know, I think they're unbeaten at home in the league. Of course, Liverpool beat them, but they're a problem. But again, I do think that it is a good matchup. And what I also do think is good, I think Aston Villa's got no pressure. I think it's very now.
Of course.
PSG is expected to win, you know, whereas I think when they came to Liverpool, it was totally opposite. So when Liverpool went there, everybody couldn't believe how good PSG did. So now they've got that sort of pressure to kind of deal with. And I think Villa will go in there. I'm not saying under the radar. I still expect PSG to have too much for them, but it'll be an intriguing 2 games.
One game that I did watch this week was the Madrid derby, second leg.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea how Real Madrid are through to the next stages. Like, zero idea.
Listen, they've got voodoo. They've got voodoo on this competition. I watched that game and I was.
They've got voodoo on
They've got voodoo on the. I don't care. They've got a doll or a cup where they just. I watched the game exactly that, and I was like, they're going out. Like they're going. Like literally, I was like, they're going out. And they just find a way. It's such a point. And I heard Bellingham
even the penalty situation with the double kick.
I'm sorry, I think that's dubious as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's dubious as hell. And listen, I know people are gonna say there's maybe an angle. I think when there is that much, could or could it not be, I don't know why you get involved. In my opinion, I was like. Some people, I've watched it 100 times, I haven't seen them. I just think it's so dubious on a penalty shootout to kind of get involved in that. That's just, call it lucky or call it something else. It's just, Real Madrid have just got away in the competition.
But Arsenal, the way that they played that first, I know it's an anomaly, that first leg in the last stages. they've kind of got to do that, haven't they, against this lot?
You know what the thing is with Arsenal? I think
because what my point is that if you look at that first couple of minutes in the game this week, Atletico front foot, right in the face, right at them. Full throttle.
Arsenal need to do that. Like, Arsenal they can't let Real Madrid get comfortable. But the one thing I would say is that I think that expectation and pressure plays a massive part, even though Real Madrid have got this. I think nobody's given, and I'm saying not nobody, but of course, Real Madrid are the clear favourites. Just, again, not even just style, just because of what the available players that Arsenal have. But I do have, listen, I think it will be competitive. I still think Real Madrid's going to go through, but Arsenal need to play on the fact that they hope Real Madrid really underestimate them, and that Arsenal need to go and hit them really hard, especially at the first games at Emirates. So they really got to go, take it to them, try and get a goal, and then just defend for their life.
Who do you think wins it, the whole thing?
It's hard to look past Real Madrid just because it's Real Madrid. I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I always like to think that the team that beats my team should go on and win it. So that's at least I say, well, we lost to the team that won it.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I'm saying? But then, listen, if Villa won it, I wouldn't be mad at it if Villa won it.
Do you know something? There's a case to make for quite a lot of teams here.
Yeah.
Inter Milan look like they're built for Champions League football this year. Barcelona are playing fantastically well. Bayern Munich on the day could do a bit. Yeah. They could knock Inter Milan out the next stages of it. Listen, I'll be honest, I don't fancy Dortmund against Barcelona, but I might be completely wrong with that. And then the two lads that you've just mentioned there, you look at Madrid, how can you back against them? And PSG are ticking.
Yeah, man.
But the beautiful thing is if one of the English sides can get past one of those that you're classing as one of the favourites, you're in now. It's party time.
Yeah. I mean, this is it now. I mean, it's really the business end of the competition. Like, you get past this part, then really anything can happen.
I think Barcelona this year, you know.
But do you know the worst thing is?
I've just got a weird feeling. With all the money problems and all that,
people be talking that they've got a good balance. They've got a good balance, and Lamine, jeez.
He's something else, isn't he?
Remind me his
How old is he? He's about 12, 13?
I'm telling you, bruv.
I know he's 17. Producers shouting in my ear going, I was being facetious by saying he was 12 years of age. Right?
We call that jokes. We say banter.
He is a joke, to be fair, the kid, isn't it? At 17 years of age. But not just him, Rafinha and the Lewandowskis in this world. They're all doing the business.
Yeah. Champions League set to be interesting.
Do stick with us. 03717 223344. We'll get back to the conversation about the Carabao Cup final. We'll get you on the radio as well.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.